Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the stream. I'm Robert from the El Magnifico Games channel and today we're going to begin a playthrough of Frostpunk. Now Frostpunk is a city builder survival game. The setting is an alternate history, 19th century, in which there's been a volcanic winter and we are the leader of the last city on Earth, and our job is to make the best decisions we can to keep our society going. So, let's get into it. A new home. If hope falls to zero, people will give you an ultimatum. If you fail, it will be the end of your rule. Interesting.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight.
That's an American accent, I
Rulers
believe.
of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed,
They have zeppelins.
they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity.
That looks like it may have meant to have been London. Could be wrong. No, far too small. That's the same place.
We bid farewell to plenty. And for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north.
North?
We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey. And we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Blimey, there we go. A new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. Yeah, why would you go north? where it's going to be even colder. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. So presumably we build out radially? Fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Can I pause the game? I can. Good. Right. Stockpile some coal. 0 of 200. 80 homeless. I guess that's everybody? Okay, we've got just under 50% hope. What else do we have here? Construction. We can't build anything currently. Book of Laws. Doesn't... Oh. Adaptation. Find ways to battle hunger, sickness and apathy. Interesting. So... fighting arena relieves tension better than watching a few rounds of an all-out slugfest. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after 1 day and 12 hours. So a fighting arena is a law, is it? I suppose that's the laws to make the combat legal? Perhaps? New building fighting arena. Evening bouts will reduce discontent. You'll have to build a fighting arena. Emergency shift. Sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else or die. New ability. You can force workers in any facility to work for the next 24 hours. Using emergency shift will raise discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Oh, so just passing this will raise discontent slightly. Child labour. There aren't enough hands to do all the work. Will allow children to be employed in safe workplaces like cookhouses or hothouses. Children can work in safe workplaces. Hope will fall slightly. Child workers can be injured in accidents. Or child shelters. Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. New building child shelter. Hope will rise. Providing all children with a place in a child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. How could it be permanent if it's dependent upon all the children having a place? Because presumably more children will come along and then they may not all have a place. You'll have to build a child shelter. Cemetery. We will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead to rest with dignity and respect. New building cemetery. Hope will rise slightly. No risks of disease from unburied bodies. Each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours. You'll have to establish a cemetery. Corpse disposal. We'll keep dead bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow. The cold will halt their decay. I'm assuming where there's two laws that are both semicircles that are connected, that means it's one or the other, but I could be wrong. New building, snow pit. No risk of disease from unburied bodies. Bodies are preserved for potential use. You'll have to dig a snow pit. Hope will fall, discontent will rise. Interesting. Sustain life. We can cure the gravely ill. Sorry, we can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. The gravely ill will be kept alive but untreated in medical posts. Hope will rise slightly. Discontent will rise slightly. The gravely ill will not be treated and remain a burden. The gravely ill will take up beds in medical posts. Or radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. The gravely ill will be treated in medical posts. Hope will rise slightly. Around 30% of the gravely ill treated in medical posts will be left as amputees. Discontent will rise slightly. Interesting. Food additives. We can add sawdust to meals to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. New recipe, sawdust meal, available in cookhouse. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly. Some people eating sawdust meals will fall ill. Soup. We can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. New recipe, soup. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent. So, it looks to me like the Book of Laws. Yeah, there does appear to only be one section. Adaptation. That appears to be our tech tree. Economy. So we have several coal piles. But no workers working in them. Okay. Hello, Foa. It's lovely to see you. Yes, I'm not sure it's the happiest game in the world. Ah, is this how I tell them to stockpile coal? Stockpile some coal. I think this is just telling me what's in the stockpile. Right, no food ration production. Do I actually have to do anything? I mean... the biggest concern, everything is fine. Activity going to rest. Best boil. Not at risk of falling ill. Generator inoperative. The generator is off. Not enough coal. You need 6 coal to turn this steam level on. +1 temperature in all heat zones. 100% coal consumption. So if I start time again, do we start producing coal naturally, or do I have to do something? This doesn't appear to be going up, and nobody seems to be doing anything. I get the feeling I am supposed to be doing something. Is it definitely the case I can't build anything? Oh no. I can build tents, medical posts, a cookhouse and a hunter's hut. Gathering post. People working here gather resources from nearby coal piles, wood crates and steel wreckage. Or a workshop. So possibly it's a gathering post I need? The temperature will drop significantly, 2 levels. Okay, so that's today, I think. Food rations, raw food, steam core steel, wood coal. So we have the wood and the steel to build a gathering post. Yes, and we build out raidily. You'll have to bear with me while I learn this game. I mean, am I supposed to build a coal mine? I didn't see that as an option. Resources and workforce. You can move the camera with your mouse while holding the right mouse button. You can also use the WASD keys or just move the mouse pointer to the edge of the screen. To zoom in and out, use the mouse wheel. To rotate the camera, press the mouse wheel and move the mouse or use the Q and E buttons. Resources and workforce. Resource management is crucial to the city's survival. You need coal to power the generator. Wood and steel are necessary for construction and research. Steam cores are a key part of advanced buildings. Raw food is used to prepare food rations in the cookhouse. Later in the game, more resource types may appear. Most buildings require you to assign people to work there. Certain buildings only employ engineers and others only employ workers. To assign people to work, click on a workplace and use the assignment panel. Okay, that's what I must have been missing then. So there's an assignment panel here. Temperature chilly. Or does the stockpile not count? Coal pile, it says here. And there's like workforce at the bottom. Ah, is it out here? Haha! I get it. Right, how do I actually assign people? I mean, it says it requires at least one worker, but... Oh, here presumably? Yes. Right, we're getting somewhere. Now, presumably, we're going to want to build a cook house, because otherwise they won't have any food rations. Turns raw foodstuffs into nutritious meals. 1 unit of raw food is used to prepare two standard rations. I noticed that, that this particular building extended further down than the stockpile next to it. So I wonder if actually building things in a space efficient pattern is going to be an important mechanic. So there's plenty of coal around us for now. I don't know how long that will be true, because it looks like these coal piles can exhaust. Steel wreckage, okay. Well, I mean, I may as well have some workers grab some steel while we have the chance. And some wood. And we'll assign the rest of the workforce to the cookhouse. Right, excellent. So we should have steel and wood and coal coming in soon. And we have people preparing food. Our workforce should be completely... oh no, sorry. Our workforce isn't completely employed. Specifically because I haven't assigned any work to any engineers yet. But I assume it will become apparent later. Where we would assign engineers and why. Hunger. Number of hungry people. Hunter's hut. 15 raw food per day. Hothouse. 30 raw food per day. Cookhouse. 2 food rations per raw food unit. The cookhouse prepares meals for people. It produces 2 food rations from 1 unit of raw food. Raw food is provided by hunters and hothouses, and is sometimes found by scouts during their exploration. When there are no food rations to be had, people will start eating raw food. Controlling time. You can speed up time by clicking the game speed buttons found to the left of the temperature at the top of the screen. You can also bind keyboard shortcuts to the game speed buttons in the settings menu, which can be accessed by clicking on the icon in the upper left corner. The game will slow down to normal speed when something important happens, as well as each day at 5 AM. You can pause the game by pressing the spacebar. So I guess we're going to want a hunter's hut. We do have the wood. Interesting, because I thought, oh, the engineers are doing the building, I see. That makes sense. How are we doing on coal? We've actually got quite a bit of coal. Yeah, we're already up to 121. That didn't take long. So, when it becomes time to turn the generator on, how do I actually do it? Here? The generator, the heart of the city, heats a circular zone around it and powers all steam hubs connected to it. If it shuts down, all heat zones disappear after a few hours.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Could you hear that? It said night is coming, put down your tools. Let me know if the audio needs any adjustment. No roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. I'll provide some shelter. You'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 40 people. I'll provide shelter for everyone. You have 2 days to provide shelter for 80 people, or I won't address this right now. I don't know how expensive shelter's going to be. Oh, audio's fine. Excellent. I noticed the exclamation marks to the side. I don't know what that's actually going... I mean, I assume that's a game that relates to some game mechanic. That something happens if I say I'll provide some shelter. Something happens even more if I say I'll provide shelter for everyone, and nothing happens if I say I won't address this now. I'll try and provide shelter for everybody. I may fail. At the very least, we should learn more about how the game works. Right, a tent. So, a tent provides insulated shelter for 10 people. And it costs 10 wood. So we would need... For 80 people, we would need 80 wood. Which we should be able to do. Right, we don't have any workforce for the cookhouse. So temporarily, I'm going to unassign the workers from the steel wreckage, because I don't think we need that yet, as far as I'm aware. And they'll be put into the cookhouse. And we'll build ourselves some tents. Right, the game won't let me build any more tents until I actually have the wood. I can't do what I can do in other games and put down plans for things that to be built in the future. How's the coal? We're up to 152 coal. Well, hopefully tomorrow we'll acquire enough coal to start the generator. The heating is off, the generator is off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death in their sleep if they don't at least turn it on for the night. I don't have the coal though. Are they still gathering it during the night? No. So I'd have to use an emergency shift, I suppose? Sometimes you have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else. You can force workers in any facility to work for the next 24 hours. Using the emergency shift will raise discontent. Discontent will rise slightly.
New law! A new law has passed.
A word of advice, the wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Interesting. I'll bear that in mind. Right, how do I... Right, emergency shift. Get me that coal. Ah, you can see discontent down here. But if you want that generator done tonight, then that's what needs to be done, unfortunately. Right, we are one sick. Christopher Stoke. He's apparently at very low risk of falling ill, yet he has. Right, it's 2 in the morning and we still don't have the generator up. Wait, why is hope just plummeted? 4 children died and an adult died. A word of warning. First death. 1 of our people has just died. Sickness, accidents and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. Okay, I don't intend to do this a lot, but I think I'll restart the game because I now understand much better how this actually works. Yes, I want to quit to the main menu. Oh, can I not? What, survivor mode? Hello, I love munting. It's lovely to meet you. Survive against all odds. There's no active pause. The game will be very difficult and your progress will be saved on exit. I don't mind the saved on exit, but the rest of it I'm not so happy with. Right, okay. Yeah, so this is what we want. Like I say, I'm not going to keep restarting the game to constantly get the result I want. It's just that this is literally my first time playing the game and I'm still learning how the game actually works. I just want to learn Frostpunk. Oh. Sorry to disappoint. Right, so the generator needs to be set up. So, I now know how to assign people. Are there other coal piles? There are. Let's assign more people there. They can eat raw food, so for now we'll let them eat raw food. Will we? With 2 workforces out gathering coal. I imagine we will have the coal we need fairly shortly. Tents. That's what we really need, isn't it? We need people to have somewhere to stay. That's the best we can do for now. Perhaps we should assign some people to collect wood as well. Right. So, hopefully, oh goodness me, I've just seen it's minus 20 degrees. No wonder they're so unhappy. Anyway, hopefully things will go a little better this time. No problem, I will still watch. Sign laws too, don't forget. That's true, I don't know which laws I want to sign though. The emergency shift seemed pretty good, but I imagine you'd only want to do that if you already had the generator up. Then again, that's the whole point, we're trying to get the generator up. I think the emergency shift is probably the most important thing. From what I can tell, with very little experience in this game.
Listen, everyone.
And they're becoming discontented. Right, so it's an 18-hour cooldown. 24 hours on the job, insane, but that's our lot. Work, work, work until you die. Well, this is a survival situation, to be fair. Oh, we've almost got the coal we need already. This has worked out well. Right, how do I... I'm still unclear on how I actually turn this thing on when I have the coal. Hopefully it'll become more apparent. Yeah, we're doing much better this time by the looks of things. More tents. Since we had the wood. Right, we have the coal. How do I turn this thing on? I think that's done it. Why did I need... If it's only using up 6 coal to turn it on, why did I need to stockpile 200? Maybe it's just because that was the task I was given. You need 250 coal though. Yep. But you need 250 coal. For like 2 days. Well, they're still gathering coal. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okie doke. We can do that in a second. Because I've built so many tents, we're a bit low on food. The thing is, because we have so much raw food stockpiled, I feel like I made the right decision in providing the tents over the Hunter's Hut and the cookhouse. Look what happens under the raw food. What do I check? This is different, but I'll read this and then I'll get back to it says day 1. The temperature inside a building depends on the power settings of the generator. If the building is in a heat zone, that building's insulation conditions... The temperature inside a building depends on the power setting of the generator if the building's in a heat zone. That building's insulation and the conditions outside. Oh, I see. Those are all the things that determine its temperature. Right. There are 6 temperature levels. Comfortable, livable, chilly, cold, very cold, freezing. Keeping homes and workplaces as warm as possible helps prevent people from falling ill. Some workplaces might become inoperative if the temperature falls too low. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Use the construction menu at the bottom of the screen to order the construction or dismantling of buildings and streets. Only people who are not currently at work can build structures. So I can build streets. Oh, I see. Right. Buildings inside the heat zone are warmer and provide better living and work conditions. To make the best use of the heat zone, buildings are placed on a radial grid. All buildings must be connected to the generator by a street in order to function. Right. So that suggests that if I filled up this circle and didn't build a single street, then I wouldn't be able to build anything at the next level out. If I've understood that correctly. I think that's probably correct. But the game seems to have already provided me with at least one street, which is nice. And there, I'm starting to build another one. Can I build streets? Oh, I can build streets between buildings, that's fine. I don't need to worry about that right now then. I was thinking for a moment that a street would have some width of its own and I had to leave room for streets, but it doesn't look like that's the case. What do you usually play? I'm a variety streamer. I stream lots of different things, old and new. I tend to play more cerebral games, puzzle games, adventure games, that sort of thing, but certainly not exclusively. For example, I played through Nier Automata recently. That's not a puzzle game or an adventure game. Currently I'm playing a game called Chants of Senna on Mondays and Fridays. I only started it yesterday. So currently what I'm doing is I tend to have a Monday and Friday game, and then I have a much longer form game that I'm doing on Saturdays. Like I was doing RimWorld on Saturdays till very recently, then I did This War of Mine, now I'm doing Frostpunk. My current Monday and Friday game is Chants of Senna, which is a language-based puzzle game based on the story of the Tower of Babel. So there's a city in which various parts of it are controlled by various factions, and they each speak their own languages, and we are trying to piece together their languages via context clues in order that we can progress. I imagine I will probably finish that game in the next stream or two, at which point I'll have to pick another game to do, and I do take suggestions. Anyway, I hope that's exhaustive enough of an answer. Housing problem, no roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We better do something about it. So I've already... Oh, it's only asking me to build shelter for either 50% of the people that currently don't have shelter or 100% of the people that don't have shelter. So if I had waited to build those 40 tents... Sorry, it's technically 4 tents, isn't it? 1 tent houses 4 people. If I had built those 4 tents... If I'd waited to build them until now, I could have accomplished the first goal almost immediately. But I didn't. I built them earlier, so it's the remainder that I'm being asked to build for. I do have a Discord server. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy it there. I'll provide shelter for everyone. I'll at least try. Is there a way I can tell how large a heat zone is? I assume so. We've already read this, haven't we? I don't think there's anything new there. It says building abilities, which... Oh, here. You unlocked a new building ability by signing a law. Building abilities can affect society in many ways. Each has a cooldown and many also a cost. You can find out more about a given ability in the buildings panel. I think the building ability is the emergency shift. Click the frozen thing under the degrees. This? Aha! That is very useful. Oh, and you can actually see the heat from the individual people. So it's interesting that the generator is only heating just that circle, that inner circle. I assume as I build out, it will probably heat larger areas, but at the expense of the heat being more spread out and therefore the average temperature being lower, I would guess. That is as opposed to this region being permanently much colder, for example, which would seem suboptimal. The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. We've read this, although it's good advice. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. How are we doing? We've got quite a bit of wood. So I think I'll continue with the tent building program. We've got enough coal for now. So I'll probably dismiss the workers from one of the coal piles. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I'll finish building the rest of the tents. And I will build the hunter's hut and the cookhouse. I'm gonna need more wood, aren't I? Yeah. So the people that we just freed up from that one coal pile will assign to gathering wood. Yeah, but you can still use those frozen areas. They shouldn't be frozen though. If they are chilly, that's nice. So you mean chilly is fine? And I believe this is technically chilly. I mean, that looks like the same colour to me. That's cyan. Oh, comfortable prevents falling ill. Livable, very low risk of falling ill. Chilly, low risk of falling ill. Cold, moderate risk of falling ill. Very cold, high risk of falling ill. Low risk of becoming gravely ill. And freezing, very high risk of falling ill. Small risk of requiring an amputation. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't under the chilly. They will be sick. I imagine I just want to fast forward through the night, don't I? Like, if no one's working, what's the point? So the day starts at 5 AM, I take it? And that's why the game's slowed down? That would make sense. Another day, another shift. Well, that's life. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the subscription. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. A word of advice, resources shortage. We're getting short on resources. Our needs are great and growing by the hour. To address this, we can enact an law that will allow us to extend working hours. I've technically already done that. Oh, extended shift. That's the one. Building a city in this frozen hell requires sacrifice. People will get more done if they work longer shifts. It is true that I should be signing another law in, and I think the cooldown had already expired and I hadn't done it. New shift length. You can extend the workday in any facility to 14 hours. Working overtime causes discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. See, a problem with that idea, as we discovered in my first attempt at this game, which didn't last very long, is that if you have people working at night, it looks like they die from the cold. That is... Okay, not if they're in a building, like if they're actually in the heated part of the town, I'm sure that would be fine. But if you're sending them out to coal piles or to collect wood, which it feels like is most of what we should be doing right now. But I mean, hey, if I don't see any harm in signing an extended shift, and that may be useful in the future.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Oh, uprises discontent. My father used to tell us we're lucky to work 10 hours a day. What? 10 hours isn't enough? I suppose in our circumstances. See, that's exactly it. Like, I feel like you would, if you were in this situation, you would appreciate that this is a survival situation and, you know, things need to get done or people die. Anyway. So we're waiting for them to start bringing the wood back, and then we can do some more building. And as I say, the plan is build 2 more tents, then build the hunter's hut and the cookhouse. I am wondering what's going to happen once we exhaust some of these resource piles, though. Oh, blimey, I've just noticed we have plenty of wood, all of a sudden. Right, so, last 2 tents, because I did say I would try and house everybody, and I seem to have done that. And then the next thing... Hang on. Yeah, secure raw food supply. Oh yeah, you can see it here. Sorry, that wasn't very clear, was it? You can see both sets of objectives here. It's not just the main quest objectives that appear here. Also the demands that I accepted are appearing here. Right, so that one's complete. Everyone feels relieved with a roof. Even a flapping one over their head. Hope rises. Well, hey! And discontent lowers. Oh, okay. See, I was thinking with the fact that some of the laws were increasing discontent, I was wondering if that was permanent until you remove the law, if you can. So passing lots of controversial laws would mean that you would have a smaller buffer for discontent, but that doesn't seem to be what we're seeing. It seems like discontent will rise and then you do something they like and it goes back down. Right, Hunter's Hut. I'd like a Hunter's Hut, and then we're going to need to build a cookhouse. Not adjacent to a street. Right, so I'm going to need to build a street. I imagine there's a fine art to this. To getting the most out of your your concentric circles. You need raw food resource too, though. You need to be careful of hope and discontent, because if the discontent becomes too great, they won't do anything you say. The Hunter's Hut should deal with acquiring raw food. I will need to find people to work there, though. Oh, apparently I assigned people to gather steel. I don't remember doing that. I must have mistaken that for a wood site. Never mind, I'm sure having some steel in reserve, I'm sure that won't be a bad thing. Yeah, so let's go with that. Right, so fairly shortly... let's have 10 people working here, I think. And then if I dismiss the other 5 from this pile of wooden crates, we can put 10 people to work in the cookhouse as well. And hopefully that'll be enough. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind, build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Okay, we can give that a go. Oh, okay. So 5 is the maximum for the cookhouse. Alright, and I need a workhouse, was it? Workshop, sorry. That makes more sense. Base heating level 2. Does that mean I can't... it's locked until I increase the heating level? Is that what that means? Steam level 2 not researched yet. Build a workshop, build a beacon, rescue survivors of our lost expedition. Oh, I think this is just saying you don't have the resources you need. I don't have enough wood. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's helpful. If I hover over the thing I want to build and then you look at the resources in the top middle of the screen, it actually highlights in red the resources you don't have. Right, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have some people still working on some wooden crates. So I wonder if it's doing scouting that ultimately lets you grab resources once you've used up all the resources near the base. Because I'm very aware of the fact that the resources we have nearby are finite and we're using them up quite quickly. Yes, you can see that the generator's heating further afield now because we've built out, which is good. And we've actually got some rations being produced. Not a load of rations, but some rations. Right, we've got more wood. Can I build the workshop now? I can. Excellent. You're playing Pixel Gun 3D on your other monitor? I've not heard of that game. Pixel Gun 3D, you say? It's on Steam now. Mixed reviews. The legendary mobile multiplayer FPS Pixel Gun 3D comes to PC. Experienced an enhanced world of colourful blocky action, featuring dozens of game modes and maps. 1,500 plus guns plus cross-platform multiplayer and progression. Interesting. I can see that the graphics are very Minecraft inspired. Right, where were we? Why are you unhappy? Because you want people working here. Fortunately, I left enough people to work there. Wait, what did I do? How did I do this? I mean, fantastic, but how did I do that? Oh, I should also be using the Book of Laws, shouldn't I? Oh, that's how I did it. Ah, so the Book of Laws isn't the equivalent of a tech tree. We have the equivalent of a tech tree. It's a tech tree. Right, so that's as far as that line of laws go. No, I hadn't heard of Pixel Gun 3D before. So, I wonder if soup would be a good idea. I think it probably would. I know there's a downside to it. That aside from hope falling slightly and discontent falling slightly, eating soup will cause discontent. But on the other hand... that's actually a good point. Does that mean I'm constantly going to be generating a low level of discontent that I need to deal with? Or will they only use it in emergencies? There's radical treatment. I mean, I feel like I should be signing laws off at this point, but I'm just not sure. Evening bouts will reduce discontent. So if I sign off the fighting arena, I can set up a situation where I can build the... sign off soup afterwards, and then it should sort itself out. Like, the little bit of discontent we get from the soup should be dealt with by the fighting arena. But I won't be able to pass another law for a day and a half, whereas this one it'll only be 18 hours. Let's go with soup first and then fighting arena afterwards. Maybe that's a terrible decision, we'll just have to see.
A new law has passed.
Here we are, reduced to poverty, such as the price of survival. Now we know how the poor ate in the workhouses. You need fighting arena for the other law. You mean the soup, or something completely different? Something that leads on from fighting arena. Oh yes, sorry, I'm with you. Yes, signing off the law isn't enough on its own. I would have to actually build an arena. Oh, I see. I unlocked the technology tree by building the workshop. I get it. Right, so beacon. Start. Allows us to build a beacon. Allows us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. Oh, we have quite a lot of unemployed. Is that because we've exhausted things that we were collecting? Probably. Actually, it probably makes more sense if I split these more evenly, so we have some wood and some coal coming in. Although we do actually have quite a lot of coal right now. So we're researching the beacon. What else do we need to do? Just rescue the survivors. Family torn apart. People from our convoy. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we send out. She urges you to hurry. We'll do what we can. Oh, could not resume production. Needs raw food. Yeah, that makes sense. So we can put some workers, more workers into the hunter's hut to acquire more raw food. Ah, that's how I see an overview of where people are.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
I mean, if there's 10 unemployed, I may as well put them to gathering work. Now the only unemployed are the engineers, and I'm fine with that. Because I don't know where I would employ the engineers anyway, and we need them to build things when we try and construct something. Are you new to streaming? No, I've been doing streaming for about 2 years now. Does that surprise you? Three sick, 2 gravely sick. That's not good. I think I need to build a medical center. We need more wood. Okay, well, we'll get that tomorrow. You deserve more. Well, that's very generous of you to say. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's very generous of you to say.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
The frost is here. Hang on, what have I done? There we go. The temperature's starting to make life really difficult. I hope I don't freeze to death on duty. Let's check the temperature, shall we? Right, how... Oh, okay, yeah, that is a problem. So the houses are chilly. And it's very cold further afield. I honestly don't think there's anything I can do for the workers that are going out gathering things. I hate to say it, I think that's kind of just tough. As far as I'm aware, there's no way I can keep them warm. But as for in here, I should be able to research the next level of steam shortly, and then we can turn up the temperature. Minus 40 degrees C. Huh. Yep. Not good, is it? I'm pretty sure that's cold enough that eyeballs can freeze. Sorry if that's a particularly unpleasant thing to think about. But yeah, minus 40 degrees C is no joke. In extreme circumstances, a generator can be put into overdrive. This will increase the heat it provides, but also put the generator under stress. Keep an eye on the stress gauge. When it reaches 100%, the generator will explode. Well, that's not good. Overdrive! Overdrive! Is there a way I can tell from a distance? Oh, too cold. This building must be at least chilly to work inside. Okay, so hopefully overdrive will deal with that. Is there a way I can tell at a glance how much stress there is? No, I think I have to actually go in here. I hope we don't start getting people dying again because it's too cold. But I don't know what else I can do. Oh, the temperature will rise 1 level. Wait, are these aren't hours, are they? These are days. Beacon researched. Wonderful. So I think the next thing we need to research is the next level of steam. Steam hub. When powered by the generator, these contraptions create additional smaller heat zones around them. Each active unmodified heat hub consumes 3 coal per hour. Or heaters. Allows us to use heaters to heat workplaces during working hours. Each heater raises a workplace's temperature by 1 level and consumes 1 coal per hour when running. Generator power upgrade. I think that's the one I want. Do I have to clear a whole level before like a whole tier before I can go for the next one? No. Drawing boards. Allow us to research tier 1 technologies. Requires 50 wood. I think heaters is probably worth it. But I should also go for the drawing board. Once we have the wood. Rightio. We can build a beacon. I don't know where... Oh, there's beacon. It's in tech. Allows us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. Alright, we'll get that built. Around -30 is probably the coldest I have experienced. Well, that's certainly a lot colder than anything I've ever experienced. I'm sure I will have experienced -10. Maybe in like the depths of the coldest British winters I may have experienced -15. Maybe. But no, -30 does not sound nice. Doesn't get too cold in the UK. It doesn't get anywhere near as cold as you'd think, no. It's because of the, is it the... Hold on, I'm going to look this up before I make a fool out of myself. Gulf Stream, that's the one. It's because of the Gulf Stream that brings all the hot water from the Gulf of Mexico up to the British Isles, which means that we're actually a lot warmer here than we should be based on our latitude. Yes, thank you. I looked it up, but you'd already written it in chat. The danger of the cold, frostbite. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening. People have to work in such cold. Consider signing the radical treatment or sustain life law. Yeah, I'll do that. Radical treatment, I assume, is better. I mean, I like the idea of the sustain life. That will just, you know, keep people alive in hospitals that are badly ill. But let's be honest, this is a survival situation, and we're not well established at this point. I don't think that's viable. I think we need to get people up and about again if we can. Maybe I'll come to regret that. We'll just have to see. Oh, that's right. I was going to build the medical thingamabob, wasn't I? Medical post. That's the one. Why can I not build anything there? Oh, because there's something already there. That'll be why. Same here in Sweden. Yeah, Turkey isn't that cold. Some places are cold though. Beacon built. We're no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Frostland. Oh, I see. It's a hot air balloon. On a wire. I mean, I didn't predict that, but to be fair, that's actually not a dumb solution at all. It's going to be remarkably... Oh, hang on. Is it... Yeah, it is tied into place, isn't it? I was going to say, for a minute, I thought that it was just a long rope that they were trailing. A city lost expedition, crash site. Lost expedition. Send scouts here to learn more about this place. Numerous tents. We can see people moving about. They must be the lost members of our expedition. Okay, how do I actually send people, though? And who counts as a scout? Can anybody be a scout? How's the stress looking? Right, the stress is alright for now. We need a lot more wood. That's for certain. Right, we've got 10 unemployed. Do I employ people at the beacon? Create a new scout team. At least 5 citizens must be available. Not enough wood. Okay, wood's the priority then. You're all gathering wood. Okay, is there any more wood nearby, or have I already lost the game? That's all coal. That's steel. Wood crates, good. Oh, the 10 unemployed are engineers. Oh, I've just noticed that we are slowly losing food. We're not producing as quickly as we're using it. To be perfectly honest though, oh, the cookhouse doesn't even employ that many people. Alright. Where else can I grab people from? We've got loads of coal. This is a temporary solution, but I should be able to reassign people from coal to collect wood. That should be okay. Then, using the wood we get here, we have 2 important things to build. The first one is obviously a scout team, and the second one is the drawing board, which is going to allow us to research the next level of generator, so that we can actually keep people properly warm. I'm not a fan of how cold it is in some of these. Some of these buildings. But we're researching heaters, so presumably that problem will solve itself once we have heaters. I would hope. People from our convoy, ready to search. People cheer as a giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for our lost people in the Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier is among them. We needed a win.
Finish your labors, people. The workday is up.
Ah, we can put engineers to work in the medical post. So I guess engineer in this game just means skilled labor? Skilled laborer? As opposed to necessarily being an engineer specifically. Could be wrong. So if I put 15 workers to work over here, where are they? Because currently we're waiting on wood. Oh, the stress is getting a bit too high. I'll probably turn the overdrive off for now. Which may create problems. First death. One of our people has just died. Sickness, accidents and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. Well, yeah, I've got to wait before I can do anything, unfortunately. I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've got to hold on. People are depending on me. Well, that's fine. If we fail this time, then of course we can just start again and hopefully do a little better. I think it's just managing the cold that I failed to do properly. No worries. I love munting. Thank you for the subscription again, and I'll speak to you later. So at some point in day 6 the temperature will rise a bit, which will be nice.
Work time. Get back
On
to
day
work.
5 one of our people died. I died from lack of treatment. Oscar Quick, child. Oh dear. So that's 2 people. We've lost 1 worker and 1 child. Heaters researched. Use heaters to heat workplaces during work hours. So let's check the temperature situation again. Right, so those should start heating up. Oops. But I can't heat up the places where people are gathering from. So that is an indicator of the stress level. I can tell the stress level of the generator at a glance then. Oh, Book of Laws. I know I was gonna do the arena, but I think we need a cemetery.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Right, presumably I need to build it. Oops, wrong screen. Oh wait, do we have enough to do the drawing board now? Yes. Cemetery. What does cemetery come under? People. I don't really know where we want to build this. Guess I'll put it over here for now. Right. Once we've got the next level of the next steam level for the generator researched, hopefully the heat problem will cease to be a problem. How are we doing for coal? We are losing coal. But that's to be predicted. Oh, sorry, that's to be expected, because I'm pretty sure I reassigned the coal gathering team to gather wood, because we desperately needed wood. Right, scouting team. That's the workshop, that's the wrong one. Scouting team, how much wood? It's 40 wood, okay. We'll probably get that today. Probably. How is the building temperature doing? It's still pretty cold. Yeah. Cemetery established. Cemetery has been established. Now we can put our dead to rest. Hope rises. And discontent falls. Discontent's quite high at the moment because it's, well, it's not that high, but it's higher than we'd like because it's cold at home and cold at work. But again, I'm working on that problem as fast as I can.
End of shift. No rest all the time.
Right. Wait, do I want a power upgrade or a range upgrade? I think I want a power upgrade. Allows us to raise the temperature in all heat zones by 1 level. The coal consumption is doubled when in use. I'll temporarily put it back on overdrive. I think we'll probably get away with it. Yeah, I probably should have left it on overdrive at night thinking about it. But I think we'll probably get away with it until we finish researching the power generator. Speaking of, maybe we need a longer shift at the workshop. workshop workers, I need you there longer. $23 left, low on coal. Okay. That's problematic. Oh, we've got quite a few idle workers actually, so they can get to work in the coal mine. Interesting, overdrive doesn't seem to increase coal consumption, I don't think. Assuming coal consumption 6 coal per hour is a statement of how much we're currently working, I think that's... how much we're currently using, sorry, I think that's the case. I've got a feeling this is going to be another one of those games that I do very poorly at until I actually research it. Still, that's fine. Less than a day of food left, that's not good. Sorry, I should have been fast forwarding. Generator stress level critical. Thank you for reminding me. Still, we got them through the night. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Let's get to work. We can't let it up now. You're only producing 15 raw food a day. That means we're only producing 30 rations a day, which does not sound like enough. Assuming each person consumes 1 ration a day, then we're gonna need 3 hunters' huts in total. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Build Street. There we go. Now Hunter's Hut. Well, we can build 1 more Hunter's Hut for now. But hang on, even if I build it, who's going to be manning it?
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
That's a very good question. So we have people working in the Hunter's Hut, people working in the cookhouse, people working in the workshop, people working in the medical centre, and we have 1 group gathering coal and 1 group gathering wood. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't fault any of that. Those are all things that need to happen. But I get the feeling we're going to have a very severe resource shortage shortly. Right, so can we make a scout team? Right, I need to unassign some people. I guess I'll unassign 5 people from the wood gathering operation. Maybe I'll have to go over to soup tomorrow. Oh. Or is it already set to soup? I think it might be. Right. Sorry, scouting team, that's what we were doing, wasn't it? Our home, the only shelter from the deadly cold. All our hopes live and die with it. Send scouts here to learn about this place. That's what I'm trying to do. Scout Unit Number 1 sent to Lost Expedition. Excellent. Which will presumably reduce the number of mouths we have to feed for the foreseeable future. Yep, temperature's gone up. So it's only -30 now. And that seems to have solved the warmth problem for now. Yeah, let's reduce the temperature in the workshop so that it's only livable, because I don't want to waste coal. Right, so what's the next priority? Probably getting the food situation under control, which means we're going to need at least one more hunter's hut, I think. Coal thumper. Allow us to build coal thumpers. By pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resources to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. That sounds pretty amazing. Faster gathering. Employing better tools and methods, people gathering resources from coal piles, wood crates and steel wreckages will work 15% faster, whether using gathering posts or not. Sawmill. Allows us to build sawmills, turns frozen trees into usable materials, produces up to 80 wood per standard workday. Steelworks. Extracts iron ore from deep deposits and processes it to deliver up to 40 steel per standard workday. So it sounds like I've been saying for a while about the fact that there's very limited resources here, and it's not clear what we're going to do once we run out of those resources. It sounds like we build buildings which then passively produce resources. How do you like your coal burning simulator? It seems quite good so far. I'm not very good at it, but I'm having a good time. Wall drill drills into the walls of our crater, uncovering trees that once formed a forest before the ice engulfed them. Provides up to 160 wood per standard workday. Coal kiln uses intense heat to char up to 70 wood per standard workday, producing 210 coal. Coal mining. Extract up to 240 coal per standard workday from the underground deposits. I guess coal thumper would probably be the next thing to do. How are you, Stray Blaze? Are you having a good day? Amazingly, we haven't run out of food yet. I'm not quite sure why we haven't. It doesn't seem like one hunter's hut should be producing enough food, but there we are. Oh, we have our first amputee. This person has lost one of their limbs. They can't work until they receive a prosthesis. Not a lot I can do right now, unfortunately. First amputation. To save this patient, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. We must do something about it. Consider signing the Care House of Prosthetics law. Okay. So, Care House. The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at low cost in special homes. New building, Care House. The gravely ill are kept alive in care houses and no longer budding medical posts. Residents of care houses eat half as much. Hope will rise slightly. You'll have to build a care house. Oh, and from there we can get prosthetics. Okay. Let's do that then.
New law! A new law has passed.
Do I have the resources to build one of these? No. I need wood. I need wood. Well, we're gathering wood. Right. Let's get on top of the resource situation. Oops, wrong one. That's the one I wanted. So... I assume a coal thumper is the most important thing right now. Actually... I take that back. We have plenty of coal piles. Having the ability to produce more wood is probably the most important thing. There is more wood available. So yeah, just getting on top of one of these early is probably a good idea. So we'll go with the coal thumper for now. Can't stay in the chat today for long. We'll have to watch the VOD. Did you send children to work? I have not sent children to work at this point. In fact, I haven't even properly dealt with children yet. I should probably sign a law to do with that. Yes, I don't have child shelters or child labour at this point. A frightened patient. One of our people is facing death, but he's still refusing amputation. He keeps screaming that he doesn't want anyone to touch his leg, and he won't change his mind, even though gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. Cut off his leg, the person will be left as an amputee. Let him be, the person will probably die. I mean, morally, I think I have to let him be. I don't want him to die, but I don't think I have the right to force treatment on him. More sick beds needed. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. They're asking you to address the problem. I'll open a new medical post. I promise the sick will be treated. I won't address this right now. I don't think I'll address this right now, to be honest. To be honest, I can't afford to run another medical outpost. I've already got 5 of our engineers permanently working there, and I'm pretty sure I need some engineers free to do building work, construction, unless I've misunderstood how this works. Good luck making difficult decisions on your own. See you on Monday. See you, Stray Blaze. Right, so on day 10 the temperature is going to drop again. What am I going to do about the sick? I kind of assumed we wouldn't have as many sick. Oh, is it the cookhouse that's the problem? It may be the cookhouse that's the problem. I could upgrade the generator, but then or upgrade the generator stream. the generator's steam level. But if I do that, we're going to be getting through twice as much coal, and I don't know how sustainable that's going to be. Maybe I do need to research the this tech, the steam hub. That probably would be a good idea. Hello, Grumpy Monk. How are you today? One of your people died. On day 6, one of our people died. Died from lack of treatment. Emma Johnson, worker. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, wonderful news, Grumpy Monk. Lost expedition. Explore. The rest of our people made camp here. Too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. A happy reunion. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driving snow. A choir of excited voices welcomes us. Thank goodness you found us. We've been wandering for days until we couldn't go on any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. Sites discovered. Observatory, sturdy shelter. Escort the survivors to the city. Scouts will set out towards our city and bring the survivors quickly and safely with them. Okay. Or send the survivors to the city. The survivors will set out towards our city on their own. It will take longer and some of them may die. Well, I think we obviously want to escort them back, don't we? I can't imagine why we wouldn't. Still, excellent. Can you explain some of the game you're playing? Yep, of course. So, story-wise, we are in a alternate version of the 19th century where there was a volcanic winter. Supposedly we're the last city on Earth. Every other city has been wiped out, and we're trying to survive in these conditions. Everything's all steam-based technology, as you may have gathered, hence why coal is so important. The player character is the leader of this city, and I'm regularly expected to make difficult decisions to try and ensure the survival of our society. Mechanically speaking, it's a city builder game with survival mechanics. So because I haven't managed to properly get on top of the temperature situation yet, of course I've been having some people sadly die, which, I mean, I'm doing my best, but it's not easy. But aside from that, you know, collect resources, build buildings, assign workers to buildings, make sure things get done. The patient who refused amputation has just died of gangrene. We did our best to ease his pain, but he suffered terribly in the end. It was his choice. Discontent will rise slightly, but it was his choice. Like, why would discontent rise because of this? Given that I don't think I could be wrong, I don't think discontent is supposed to be an individual person being upset, such as his friends and family, but rather the whole settlement being unhappy with the leadership. He was gravely ill, the doctor recommended amputation, he refused, the doctors came to me and asked, should we do it anyway, and I said no. It's his decision, he knows that he'll probably die if he doesn't accept the amputation. But it's his body. And so now he has actually died, and apparently people are unhappy with me. It was his choice. Uh-oh. We're about to run out of coal. Yeah, we've still been collecting coal. This might be the end of the game. I may have to start again. I don't know how bad it is when we go to just 0 coal all of a sudden. I mean, presumably I'll have a bit of time to sort this out. The generator is shutting down. Yeah, I thought so. Well, that's less than ideal. Scout Unit number 1 has returned safely to the city. And they've brought workers, engineers and children. You can disband the scouts at the beacon or send them back out into the Frostland. Welcome back, I love munting. We've just run out of coal. For context, it's day 7 and we've run out of coal. Aha! And we've reunited with the Lost Expedition. I can call you Skeleton if you like. Okay. Oh, is that a word that I shouldn't have been using? Oh yes. I should not have been using that word. Okay. Noted. People from our convoy reunions. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expedition left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We'll look for the others. So if I wanted to send the scouts out again, how would I do that? Crash site. Several wrecked vehicles. No signs of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. We had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash. I mean, I like the sound of supplies. Also, what was the crash? I don't remember that being established in the backstory. My understanding is things got very, very cold. People abandoned their settlements and then they went north. I still haven't figured out why, when things were getting very, very cold, people went north, but still. I mean, you could understand it if they're in the southern hemisphere, but I think most of this this group was supposed to be from London, so I don't know why they would be going to, you know, the north of England or Scotland, but there you go. I don't remember a crash. Observatory. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory the Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over it. Sturdy shelter. A bulky cylindrical construction stands on a small hill. The Union Jack flies over it, but there's no sign of movement. No, I hadn't heard of that word before either, but perhaps the less said about it, the better. I might send them to the crash site. If there's supplies there, I'd like them. Right, I'm gonna need to grab people and send them gathering coal, I think. Oh wait, I don't need to, because we've just had an influx of a load of new people. That's alright. Get me coal. Get me coal. Everybody on coal duty. Excellent. Hopefully we'll survive this. Search for others. Our people found a trail into the wilderness. We should follow it. We must find other people and ask them for help to secure our survival. Is that... That's not another point on this map. We're doing fine, all things considered. Are we? Oh, I could actually afford a second medical outpost now, though, to help with the sick. Oh wait, hang on, we have loads of homeless. That's the priority. Oh, but I don't have much wood right now. Hang on, I'll take a few people off of coal and have them increase the wood harvesting. Okay, so building another medical outpost, probably not the
Get to work.
probably not the priority right now. Right, I'll put a bunch of the engineers gathering wood as well. I had been trying to avoid that, but I think at this point we so desperately need to build things that if we need to put the skilled labour on manual tasks, then we should do so. Not manual tasks, unskilled tasks. Technology tree. Steam hub. Let's make sure we get that researched. Still need to wait before I can research anymore. So a top priority today, if we can pull it off, is we need to house all these homeless. Unfortunately, that's going to require, to do a proper job, it's going to require 4 more tents. 3 more would get most of them. One hungry. Of course, we're not producing enough food now either. Well, we've got coal. So we've got the generator back up, which is good. At least I don't need to worry about people freezing for a little while longer. Find another settlement. Build a care house, that's true. I was going to build a care house, but then we had all these other problems to deal with all of a sudden. Turns out having a large influx of people is not necessarily... Or having a large influx of people in a short space of time is not necessarily a brilliant thing. Do we have any free engineers right now? No, that's why the building's not being done. Oh dear. I guess I need to take some people off of gathering wood. Just so that we have some engineers around to do building. This is the problem with assigning work to engineers. Alright, more people are ill. Wood crates depleted. Right, then I need to reassign people to different crates. Oh, how many more wood crates do we even have in the area? That's coal. That's steel. Coal. That was coal, wasn't it? Yeah, apparently there's... Oh, a coal deposit is where we would stick a mine. I see. Coal deposit. Coal pile. Steel wreckage. So is this the... Once this is gone, that's the end of the wood. Then that makes a sawmill a absolute essential, I think. Allow us to build sawmills. Turn frozen trees into usable material. Let's get on that. Let me look at the temperature display again. Right. We're going to need to build some steam hubs, aren't we? We don't have the steel for it. Okay, I'll have to assign some people to collect some steel. Is the game hard? Yeah. Well... I probably shouldn't answer that question since I've only been playing it for less than 2 hours. So far I've not been finding it easy to balance everything, but to be fair, if I was a more experienced player, maybe I wouldn't have that trouble. Oh, the scouts have reached the crash site. That's where our expedition was split up when our vehicle crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be here. Raw food and wood. That's exactly what I wanted. There are plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We can do nothing for them, not even bury them. Oh my goodness. That's pretty grim. Oh, you're waiting for further instructions? I didn't realise that's how that worked. There's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's gone. Yeah, we'll send the scouts there since it's close by. Or do I need to send the scouts back home? Oh yeah, the scouts actually have the resources. Alright, actually, I'll stick with this plan. I'll send them to the gloomy cave because it is so close by, but then I will send them home so that we can actually have those resources. Yes, I should build some more streets, shouldn't I? Excellent. Do you know how long you need to survive to beat it? That's a very, very good question. No, I don't. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, they said it's a volcanic winter, didn't they? I think those generally last, like, 1 to a handful of years, don't they? In real life? I don't know if a year in this game is 360 days. Sorry, 365 days. Oh boy, that's a lot of sick. The trouble is the new houses we've built aren't properly heated. Until I get some more steel, I can't build these steam hubs that will help them. I could turn the steam level up, which might help, Range is what we really need. If I put this on overdrive temporarily... Yeah, I'm not sure that's covering a wider area. No, it's not, is it? It's just heating the areas it was already heating to a higher degree. Or to a greater extent. Ooh, do we have enough to build a steam hub? No, we need twice as much steel. Maybe I'd need to divert some more people to make sure we get the steel. I may regret this, but I'm going to take a handful of people off of coal to make sure we get the steel. Sawmill researched. Wonderful. We probably don't need to build that yet, but that's not going to be far off. I should also be... Hang on. I should also be researching something new. Sawmill upgrade allows us to introduce workplace improvements that will raise the efficiency of all sawmills and steam sawmills by 25%. Probably not a priority right now. Faster gathering, though. That sounds good. I wonder if that should have been one of the first things I went for. Right, Book of Laws. Can we get prosthetics? Prosthetics. Everyone wants to contribute to the survival of our city. If we can bring amputees back to full fitness, we should do it. That's quite the impressive prosthetic when you consider they're dealing with Victorian technology. New blueprints, prostheses available in the factory. Amputees fitted with prostheses in medical facilities will be able to work again. We don't have a factory, so that may not benefit us that much. Ceremonial funerals. Those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honour. We will give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. Loss of hope caused by death is halved. Overcrowding. Our medical facilities should be fully utilised, even if we have to put patients on the floor. The capacity of the medical facilities is doubled. Using the extra capacity will cause discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Oh! But it doesn't lead to the spread of disease, or medical facilities being less effective? Interesting. Extra rations for the ill. We can feed sick people extra rations to help with their recovery. New ability. Use extra rations in medical facilities to speed up recovery.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
We're going to need an extra work camp, aren't we? Sorry, it's not called a work camp, is it? It's a hunting lodge. Is it? Have I made that up? Hunter's Hut, that's the one. Can I get some more food too? Look how pale I am. Coal pile depleted. Scouts have reached the gloomy cave. Tell me more about the gloomy cave. The cave is or was inhabited. There are a number of footprints leading to its entrance. We should check if there's still someone alive up there. Beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn towards us, blocking the entrance. Polar bears are bad news. They're one of the few predators that will actively hunt human beings. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. Leave the bears alone. Or rise attacking the bears. The bears will kill the survivors, or people in the cave will live. Scouts will escort them to our city if they survive. But presumably there's a danger we lose the scouts. I guess we should try. We had to help the survivors. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them and together they drove the beasts away. Then they all set toward our city. Excellent, and then when they arrive, we'll get all the resources they were carrying as well. I assume. Although I don't see those resources anymore, which is a little worrying. Oh yeah, they've still got them. We're good. Right, 3 people homeless. 20 gravely sick. Oh, what do we need to build? We need a hunting hut. We need a care house. We need steam hubs. We may actually be able to build a steam hub now, actually. I think we've got just enough steel. Yeah. Oh, I see. These actually go on streets instead. Right, so if I place it here, there'll be room to make another tent. Which will deal with the rest of the homeless until the people we just rescued make it back. Excellent. So, I mean, we still have plenty of problems, but that's dealt with some problems. I guess really I need to research the increased range for the generator. I don't see another way around this. In particular, if I could get it done before day 10. Because at day 10 it's going to become colder again. Do you stream for fun? Indeed. I would like to turn this into a profession. But I am also enjoying myself. Upgrade generator range. Allows us to turn up the generator range, setting and extend its heat zone. The coal used by the generator is doubled when this setting is in use. Well, not much I can do about that.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Oh, we have a number of idle workers. So that's steel we're grabbing. Oh, I think one of the coal deposits must have been depleted or something. Right, let's put people on that. Healthcare protest. Urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people have gathered to protest. The number of the untreated sick keeps rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. They demand that you take action. I'll open a medical post right away. You have 2 days to build it, or I promise the sick will be treated. You have 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment. Or I won't address this right now. I'll build another medical post. Hopefully once the scouts make it here, we'll have enough wood to actually build another medical post. I'm wondering if I could get a steam hub in a position to keep both those buildings warm. We don't have the steel right now though, so it doesn't make much difference. Scout Unit number 1 has returned safely to the city, with people, food and wood. Which is good news. Especially the wood. Right. Actually, I suppose the steam hub will be a bit redundant as soon as we get the generator upgrade done. At least it should be. Medical post. We're going to need more tents. That much is clear. We've got a number of things we need to build though. We're going to need at least 2 more tents. We're going to need a care house. And then I need to somehow get a medical post built as well. So now we're on our 3rd ring. Technically, if I built it here, that would only be the 2nd ring. I'll do that. I assume it's the absolute distance from the center though that matters, not which ring it's in. I assume. Oh, hang on, Hunter's Hut, before I forget. Goodness knows where we're going to find the people to employ. Oh wait, we just had an influx of people, so that solves that. Care house promise fulfilled. A care house has been established in accordance with the new law. Hope rises. Hang on, I haven't sorted out the scouts, have I? The scouts need to be sent out again. Sturdy shelter, let's send them there. Since that may lead to the discovery of a new settlement. Healthcare promise fulfilled. You helped the sick. They and their families are grateful. Hope rises. Yeah, we have a lot of hungry, a lot of sick, and a lot of homeless. Another day, another shift. Well, that's life. Right. Huh, we didn't actually have as many workers as I thought. We actually ended up with loads of engineers. Okay, where was the place I had a bunch of engineers employed? It was over here, wasn't it? So I can take you away. But then I won't be getting the steel that I need. Never mind. Sorry, I want to do the opposite, don't I? I put more engineers in there, and then I can get more workers into the Hunter's Hut.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Right. Streets, 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 streets. didn't connect this up properly. There we go. Loads of hungry, but I assume that's going to improve fairly rapidly now that we have 2 hunters' huts. Running very... Are we running that low on coal? Oh, has another coal pile been exhausted? Okay, I see the problem. There we go, I've reassigned people. Right, let's look at some of these other buildings, these resource buildings in particular. So I need a coal thumper. Building here will block place for an important facility. Let me look at this again. By pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, a coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday. Okay. It has to be adjacent to a street, does it? Okay, we can make that happen. Yeah. Coal thumper. Didn't I just build the street? Or has it not actually been built yet? It's not been built yet, I think. I think that was people moving over to build it just then. Generator range upgrade researched. Excellent. I'm a little worried how we're going to sustain double coal usage though. Coal mining, let's research that. Bad food, bad healthcare, 1 overtime work. Request ignored, unpopular decision. Right, so the discontent is rising, which isn't great. Right, now we can try building this coal thumper thing. Do I want any gifts? Sorry? I don't follow. What's the temperature looking like? Not as bad as I thought, actually. Right, presumably this is where I would want to start building some more, Oh, thank you, skeleton. That's very kind of you. That is entirely your decision, though. I would never ask for gift subs, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Right, let's get some engineers working in this coal thumper and see what that does for our coal production. Well, that's very, very nice of you to say, but I appreciate I'm not making the most exciting content in the world right now.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Ah, I need to turn the heating on there, don't I? I don't think it matters if the beacon's chilly, because I don't think anyone permanently works there. Why are so many people hungry though? We have two hunters' huts that are producing raw food. Perhaps we need 3. Ah. Now placement is going to be a problem. Guess I'll place it over here. Interesting. I mean, the only thing I usually post on YouTube is like my streams. I'm not sure exactly what I would be producing. I've considered doing like supercuts of games I've played and stuff like that, but the problem with that is, one, honestly, like, what if I was going to do a supercut of this stream? What would I even pick from it to be like, you know, the highlights? It's not that type of content, and secondly, it would be a lot of work because I'd have to like rewatch all my own streams. I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I'm just saying it's a difficult problem that I haven't managed to solve up till now. If I could think of something good to put on YouTube, aside from just my stream videos, I would. Oh, you tried once as well. Judging by the tone of your message, I'm assuming it didn't go all that well, which is a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Like edits and stuff. I could be wrong, but I get the impression that that a lot of the creators that do have supercuts and stuff like that tend to be larger creators where the community can actually find the best clips, and then they can just pay an editor to grab those clips and put them together. And unfortunately, I just don't have those sort of resources. But yeah, it's certainly something to think about. I have wondered in the past if there's anything else, like any other type of content I could be producing. The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. Search might provide wood, food rations, and steam cores. The danger is, what if there's people in there who are hostile? But we'll just have to see. The trail leads to another city. So we aren't the last city. I keep saying we're the last city because I'm pretty sure that's what it says in the game description on Steam, but that is apparently not the case. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There is a notice posted by the heavy round door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in 2 directions. London, 1,934 miles, which I was under the impression was abandoned, but I could be wrong. Home, 27 miles. Sites discovered, Steel Bridge. Apparently we are just going to take all those resources, though. I assume that's a steam core on the far right. I mean, it sounds like they were put there for some other group to use for survival purposes. So I'm not sure it necessarily is the correct thing to do to just take it all, but apparently that's the only choice the game gives us. Tell me more about the steel bridge. The trail goes over an elegant steel bridge that crosses a huge ravine. The bridge is remarkably snow-free. I think I'd rather get the resources back home. I know it'll be slightly longer if I send the scouts back and then over there, but I think that's probably the right call. Right, how are we doing for temperature? The cemetery is chilly, but I don't think that matters. The beacon's chilly, I don't think that matters. The coal thumper being chilly... Sorry, the coal... No, that is the coal thumper, isn't it? That being chilly is more of a problem. I think we just about... Wait, am I not researching anything? I'm not researching anything. Okay, that was an oversight. Yeah, we'll go for the sawmill upgrade because we want to build a sawmill soon. Let's make sure I also build... Oh, what's it called? The steam hub. That's the one. To keep the area warm. Oh, do I not have enough steel? Never mind, I don't have enough steel. Am I still collecting steel? Or has that been exhausted? I think that's been exhausted. Right, we'll get some more steel in here. Fairly soon I'm going to need to transition into not using piles of resources that are near us. I'm going to have to transition into using entirely entirely the resource buildings. It says here it will produce a coal pile. Does that mean that this is going to turn into a coal pile? And if so, after how long? Sometimes I wonder what the purpose of our struggle is. I've got to hold on. People are depending on me. We are running quite low on coal, it has to be said.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
And it's day 10 and it's become colder again. At day 12, that'll pass. How cold is it? It's cold enough that we have a serious problem. Okay. I could increase the steam level. Would that do it? That doesn't seem to have done it.
Get back to work.
Oh, it takes time. There we go. Okay. We're alright for now. But now we've only got 2 hours of coal left. I'm going to need to redistribute workers to make sure that we're gathering more coal. Hold on, let me pause time quickly. Right, where can I actually grab people from? I wish I could keep this little overlay up. I like being able to see where everyone is. Did you ever get over 50 viewers? I don't think so. How did you squish that face? That must be one of those little redeems you get where you can modify the emotes. Yes. No, I don't think I've ever had over 50 viewers. I think the most viewers I've ever had is about 15 or so? Somewhere in that. It might not be quite that high. 12 to 15, I think. I remember when I played Myst and Riven and so on, at one point I ended up getting lots of viewers. Right, that's the steel wreckage. We do need steel. In fact, speaking of steel, I can now build that steam hub that I wanted, which would be a very good idea. So let's get that built. But it doesn't follow I necessarily need a whole 15 people. So I can grab 3 people and I can put them to work there. Who else can I grab? Hunter's Hut. Unfortunately, I think the Hunter's Huts do need to all be fully manned. We can't really afford to starve. Oh, they're not even fully manned as it is. Well, I don't want to deplete them any further, that's for certain. I don't think the Coal Thumper should have... I don't think we want to remove people from the Coal Thumper, because in one way or another that should be generating coal for us. Oh, it's so difficult. Okay, I think I am going to have to remove a few from the Hunter's Huts and just hope that doesn't reduce our food to the point that it becomes a problem. So say I had 13 people in each Hunter's Hut. Where's the other Hunter's Hut? It's around here. There it is. That gets me 5 more people. Right. Where else can I grab some people from? I want the workshop fully manned. I do have some engineers available, but I need some engineers for building. I could reduce the people working in the medical outpost. I'm not sure that's a brilliant idea, though. Well, I wanted hard decisions, didn't I? I think we have to risk it. Oh, one of those was the workshop, wasn't it? I don't want to reduce... I will. We really need this coal. We can't run out of coal in 2 hours. That would be a disaster. Right, that one's fully manned. If I can find just one more worker. I could take one more out of the steel. Collecting from the steel wreckage. There we go. Right, so both coal piles are now fully manned. We'll have to see what happens with this Coal Thumper. I'm still a little confused because it says that it produces a coal pile as opposed to it produces coal. So I don't know. Yeah, it produces coal pile. But that's a coal pile. Well, I suppose we'll want to move on to mining coal at some point anyway. Again, I've got a sneaking suspicion before I play this next time I'm going to want to do quite a bit of research. Right, that should help with the temperature situation. Looks like it. They've returned with food and wood and a steam core. That's what we like to see. These scouts have been so useful so far. Let's send them to the observatory next. Oh, we're actually close to our limit on wood for once. That's a rare thing. Look at that, we're struggling to even break even on coal, and that's during the day. So in the night we're probably going to run out of coal, and I don't have a solution to it. Do you know what? I may actually look this up now, quickly. Just the coal thumper specifically. Give me a second. Sawmill upgrade researched. Wonderful. Oh, we have coal mining already. Resource depots will be able to store 50% more resources. Not really a priority right now. Allow us to convert wood into charcoal. Steelworks. I think we want a steelworks. We want to have some capacity to produce steel, I think. Oh my goodness, look at all the sick. Why do we have so many sick? Like, I know it's cold, but I thought we actually got the temperature situation sorted out in town. Unless it is specifically the workers going out that are getting sick. In which case, I don't know what I can do about that. And there are people that are hungry. Although they shouldn't be for much longer, because we've already converted all that raw food into food rations. In fact, we've done that so quickly, I do wonder if we need as many people working here as we have. Oh, it's fine. It's only 4 people. Right, where was I? I was... Oops. Looking up the coal thumper, wasn't I?
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
And I go here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where is it? There it is. And transition. There we go. Coal Thumper is one of the buildings in Frostpunk. Goodness, I'd never realised. That's the description. That's really not very helpful. That's telling me nothing the game hasn't already told me. Maybe there's another wiki that's more useful. Urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people have gathered to protest. The number of untreated sick keeps rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. They demand that you take action. No worries, Skeleton. It was lovely to have your company. Thank you for the both the subscription and the gift sub. I do appreciate it. If it's of any interest, my next stream will be on Monday, and that will be more Chance of Sennar. Next Frostpunk stream would be next Saturday. But no pressure. Don't have, you know, if that's of interest to you. Anyway, yes, thank you. I could build another medical centre, but we don't really have the people to man it. Well, you don't have to, I'm just letting you know. Okay, where's medical centre? I'll build another one, but I can't. I'm not convinced this is going to solve the problems that they're having. Right, I need to build another street by the looks of it. So it's a very interesting way they've designed the game with the like radially expanding city. I do like the concept, but here's a question. What's the point in having the streets? Like, I understand mechanically what they do in game, but what I don't understand is how that benefits the game. Because if you can't build a building if there's not a street next to it, so inevitably you end up spending a bit of wood to build a street. But you can always build a street if you have the wood. Why not just say that there's always a street, but... Oh, the generator's shutting down, that's a problem. What was I saying? Why not just say that there's always a street there, but all the buildings costs are slightly higher? You know, it would be different if there was an actual good reason to not build a street under some circumstances. Maybe there is, and I just don't know it. I think there is another wiki, and it's just as unhelpful. No, that's the same wiki, a different entry. That's my my fault. Huh. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be... What does this Reddit page have to say? Coal thumpers create piles of coal on the ground, like the ones laying around the map at the very start of the game. The storage full warning is saying that the coal piles are as big as they can be. What you want to do is build gathering posts next to your thumpers. The people at the posts will take coal from the piles and add it to your city's usable supply. Assuming everyone is working the same shift lengths and efficiencies, you'll want 2 gathering posts for a regular coal thumper. The upgraded steam coal thumper will want 4 gathering posts. With these ratios, your people gather coal at roughly the rate it's produced. Your single post that you currently isn't gathering coal as fast as it's produced. Okay. So let's have a look at this. I know it's closed at this time of day. Storage limit reached. Okay, so that's the problem. So can I build a gathering post? Yes. That's 2 of them. So in theory they should be able to gather from here. And we can reassign the workers that were over there to over here. Again, I don't think this is going to go... This particular game's going to go all that well. I don't think I understood it well enough when we started, but I'll do the best I can. We can pass some more laws. I may as well pass the prosthesis law, even though I don't currently have the factory we need. Can I build a factory if I wanted to? No, that must be something we need to research then. Alright, I'll worry about that shortly. Oh, yeah, this is bad. It's cold enough that a lot of people are going to get sick and possibly injured. Oh, that's how we research a hothouse. What was I looking for? I was looking for factory. It's down there. Probably not a priority right this second. Okay, good. People's houses are being warmed again. It'll take a while before it's producing enough heat, but never mind. Oh, look at that. 38 sick, 9 gravely. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, sorry, you've already reached the observatory. Something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments, and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. Excuse me? Escort the survivors to the city, send the survivors to the city, leave the survivors to their fate. I don't think so. We'll escort them to the city. Right, how's the temperature looking? Much, much better. And we've got plenty of coal. In fact, we've got so much coal. Am I absolutely certain that... absolutely certain that running out of coal was the reason the generator shut down. I wonder if I accidentally turned it off or something. I didn't notice myself doing that, but we have so much coal all of a sudden. I mean, the scouts didn't come back with a load of coal, because they were heading to the observatory. Huh. Excellent. So we're actually transitioning into a coal thumper based production system. Wonderful. That may have saved us. What are temperatures looking like? Right, these need to be warmer. Do I have the steel? I do have the steel to make another steel hub. I should do that. Oh, welcome back, skeleton. I'll probably be wrapping up in not too much longer, so you're aware. Well, sometimes I find games like this a little taxing to do for very long periods of time. Especially if it's a brand new game that I'm still learning. Is that the scouts? Maybe. I'm just wondering why we'd have a group of people going off in that direction. Oh, look at how much our coal's gone down. I don't think we are producing enough. No, we're about to lose generator again. Oh dear. I mean, the other reason why I'm thinking I'll stop soonish is because I can tell that this game isn't going to go very well in the long run, and I need to do some research at some point to learn better how to play. You can disband the scouts at the beacon or send them back into the Frostland. Yes, indeed. Let's send the scouts out again. We still don't have a sawmill built, but thankfully we have lots of wood stockpiled. I don't really want to make the charcoal. One of our people died. Died from lack of treatment. Is that a spelling of Helen? It looks like it should be pronounced Helene, but I wasn't aware Helene was a name. Helen Reed. Oh, look at all the sick. This might be game. I have one cat. Oh, blimey, that is a lot of cats. Right, the charcoal kiln has been researched. We could research wall drill. Oh, I see. It's mutually exclusive. That's fine. So again, in the day we're producing enough coal to keep this going, but at night we're not. Actually, can we upgrade the coal thumper? I think there's research for that. Yes. No. Maybe. Yes. That's the one. It probably would have made more sense if I'd researched that, to be honest. Yeah, the current position's a bit untenable, with us losing the generator every night. We're just not producing enough coal. We have quite a lot of free people right now, though. Ah, could I build a coal mine? That would be a good idea. No, what am I missing? I'm missing the steel. Okay, do we have any... I could build... one of the buildings for gathering steel, or I could collect steel from here. It looks like there's very little steel there. Looks like we've almost extracted it all. Alright, in which case I will have to build the steel building first. Steelworks. Wait, so it has to be adjacent to a street, but it also has to be on a deposit at the outer rim. That's not ideal. Right, once we've got the steel, then we can build the coal mine, potentially. Or maybe we'll go for another coal thumper, or maybe we will go for... the upgraded coal thumper, the steam coal thumper. Oh wait, has the temperature gone back up? I should have noticed that. Right, we can probably drop the temperature here then. And still be okay. Yes, which will vastly decrease the rate at which we're getting through the coal. That's probably saved us, for now. One of our people died. Lack of treatment. Lucian Robertson, worker. But the number of sick keeps rising. I'm not keeping up with the care. This place is going to be so cold, though. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to build a steam hub there yet, because I just don't have the steel. It's so hard to look for them. Sorry, I don't follow you there, skeleton. So the building of streets is starting to make a little more sense if I have to do stuff like this. If I have to actually plan ahead and like build streets all the way out from the start and then still fit all my buildings in. I still wonder how much it actually benefits the game though. You know, makes it a more compelling game.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
Right, what are we researching next? Wasn't there something I thought to myself, oh, I really wish I had researched that thing, and then I've forgotten what it was already. Oh, it was this. We don't have the steel. Never mind. Don't have the steel. What can we research that doesn't require more steel? Hunter's gear. Thanks to better snowshoes and enhanced camouflage, hunters setting out from the hunter's hut will return with more raw food from each hunt. Well, I wish I'd known about that earlier. I mean, it's entirely my own fault I didn't know about that earlier, but I still wish I'd known about that earlier. That potentially could have presented a lot of problems. Yes, as I thought, this place is pretty chilly. Healthcare promise broken. The sick Cheated and dispirited. Hope falls, discontent rises. That's not good. Oh, I did say I was going to build another facility, didn't I? And then I didn't get round to it. Yeah, anywhere in here should be fine. Right, once we've got the steel, I can build a steam hub and get this place properly heated. Wait, why is the number of sick rising so quickly? Everything's heated. Other than here, but no one's working there at this time. All the housing is heated, at least. I mean, it's livable. That is remarkably strange. All the medical outposts are heated, I believe. Huh. One of our people died. Lack of treatment. Victor Castleton. Another person died. Andrew Gorney. Wait, which building here has no workers? Oh, that medical centre, the one I just built. Speaking of, I can afford to fill out some of these buildings again, can't I? I probably don't need to fill out the hunter's hut once we've researched the more efficient hunting techniques. Or in anticipation of the fact that we're going to have more efficient hunting techniques, I probably don't need to I probably don't need to worry about replacing the people in the hunting huts right now.
Move! Time to get to work.
Palliative care. What's that? I should know. Minimizing the progression of a disease and relieving undesirable symptoms for as long as possible, rather than attempting to cure the usually incurable disease. I see. From the Latin pallium, a cloak. That's not good. 7 people in palliative care. Wait, generator's shutting down? Why? We have coal? We've got steel coming in, which is good news. Have the scouts arrived yet? Yes. A brass plaque on the bridge tower reads, built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. Also, we're very late 19th century. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by working automation. Oh wow, is that one of their automata? That is a pretty scary looking machine. We stopped at the edge of a deep wide ravine, marvelling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automation sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. Send it to the city. The automation will safely reach our city on its own. Or turn off the automation and dismantle it. I'm kind of curious what it would do if we sent it to the city. So let's find out. We reprogrammed the automation. Again, this is basically stealing. We have no reason to believe that automation, that the people that built the bridge and the automaton weren't still using bridge and relying on the automaton. We reprogrammed the automaton and sent it on its way. As it disappeared in the distance, walking steadily towards our city, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the bridge. So now there's a weather station or a large convoy. A tall building with some peculiar devices on the roof. It's most likely a weather station set up by scientists from Winterhome. Scientists that may not be very happy with us right now. Do less harm. Sir, a doctor wants to talk to you about improving radical treatment. I was a field surgeon in the Boer War, and then which Boer War? There were two Boer Wars. If you're talking about the second Boer War, which is the one that's usually called the Boer War, then that's like 1890s? I think it even went into the start of the 20th century. Yeah, 1899 to 1902. So that seems a bit late, since this is supposed to be in the 19th century. They might be referring to the First Boer War. I seem to remember the First Boer War was really quite a small affair, though. I was a field surgeon in the Boer War and worked with the Royal Society to reduce the rate of limb loss in army hospitals. I believe I can devise a method that will cut the number of amputees during medical treatment. Give him what he needs. This engineer won't be able to work. Hope will rise slightly. He must go back to work. Give him what he needs. Deserted bridge. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. We'll find out in Winterhome. Hope falls slightly. That wasn't very nice. I didn't get to make a choice there. I just lost hope. We still don't have enough steel to build that steam hub that I wanted to. Yet. People are still working here, aren't they? Yeah. And it can produce infinite steel just at a really slow rate. There we go. Oh, and at the exact same moment, the hunter's gear was researched. Hot health, medical post upgrade. Thanks to improved tools and methods, people employed at medical posts will heal the sick 10% faster. Yes, 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 yes. Give me now. Actually, that gives me an idea. Supposing I did put some of the spare workforce back into the hunters' huts, so that we're hopefully massively overproducing on food. Couldn't I then put the... Oh, I wish there was a way I could select all medical posts. You'd think there would be a way to do that, wouldn't you? Could I then put them on higher rations? Well, I can do it in one of the facilities. And hopefully we can get on top of this, the rate at which we're, this horrible rate of sickness. Right, can I make that steam hub? No. I must have used the steel up somewhere unintentionally. Maybe with some of the research. That's fine. In a few hours we should have it back. There we go. Right. Steam hub. Get those people some warmth. I really did think we were just going to collapse, but that may have... A series of serendipitous events may have actually stabilized us to an extent. Urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people are sick. I'm not building another medical outpost. I'll admit more people to treatment. I'll try to, anyway. I'll probably fail, and then the discontent will go so high that I'll have a real problem on my hands. Excellent. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, is an infirmary a different building? I think it might be. Allows us to build bunkhouses. A dwelling for 10 people that is adequately protected from the weather. That does sound pretty good. Better than the tents. I get the feeling I should have been... This is one of the first menus I should have been researching from. Flying hunters? Goodness. We don't really need more scouts, though. Oops. Unfortunately, because of a lack of resources, I don't think it's actually worth us researching anything right now. I think we need to gather more resources so that we can start to research some of the the later tech. Low on coal. We're not that low on coal. We're fine. That's very worrying, actually, that the game considers that low on coal. Yeah, we still don't have as much food as I'd like. Hopefully we can deal with that the following day. Oh, scouts have reached their destination. There's nobody in the weather station, but everything still seems to be operational. We could try to find out what the scientists from Winterhome were working on. We found scientists' notes. They predict that the Great Cold is going to get much worse. Oh no. Well, depending upon when they wrote that, I suppose. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obvious they moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. Sites discovered, coal mine, Winterhome. I guess Winterhome would be the place to go. We were told to try and to discover another settlement. Scientific Method, Volume 2, Improve Radical Treatment. The search for other cities, abandoned station. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I know we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. It actually would be a genuine... In a scenario like this, where resources were so scarce, it would actually be it would actually be quite a dilemma. Because, yes, in a big city like London, there would be a lot of... Actually, at this point in time, a lot of the housing wouldn't be that spectacular. You know, they wouldn't have had central heating, for example. I mean, the rich houses would have. Well, they'd have had fires. I guess that's central heating, but you know what I mean. They wouldn't have been well-insulated buildings. The houses of the poor, which would have been the houses that most people were in, wouldn't have been well-insulated. They'd have only had fires for central heating. So they wouldn't have been that brilliant, but there would have been some buildings there that would have been much better suited to the cold weather. But the problem is, where are you going to get your food? I mean, some people might be able to live off of the river if it wasn't so polluted at that point. But other than that, you're in the middle of the city. What are you going to do? Cities rely on rural communities to produce resources and support them. So I appreciate the problem that they would have had in this fictional world. That they would have almost certainly had to move out for resources. I suppose perhaps one thing they could have tried is having a small group of people stay in, say, London, and then just dismantle things for resources and then send them on to wherever else they set up, wherever that they set up camp. Anyway, I'm talking about hypotheticals here. We'll have answers soon enough. Fewer amputations, sir. The doctor who was trying to improve radical treatment is here. He is reporting a breakthrough. It's certainly an unorthodox method, and my learned colleagues would be appalled at the experiments I had to perform, but it works. I expect the number of amputations during radical treatment to be halved. He seems eager to get back to his everyday work and try his new method. I'm a little worried about these experiments, but still. 5 hours left of coal. Coal really does not last long, does it? And I've not done a very good job with dealing with the sick either. Just noticed it's the next day already. Right. I'll probably call it here. Do I have to save explicitly? Whether we actually go back to this game, or if we start a new one next time, I don't know. That'll depend how successful I am in finding ideas online for how to play the game well. I don't really have much of a feel for how well or poorly I'm doing right now. I get the feeling I'm not doing all that well, but I could be wrong. Let me check something quickly. Yes, right, so we're going to raid someone, but before we do that, I should... hang on. There we go. We have all the followers to thank. Upcoming streams. So next stream will be Monday, and that will be more of Chants of Senna. It's a language-based puzzle game. I've been enjoying it quite a lot, although I have to admit that I have been finding it this is a problem I never thought I'd have. I have the whole thank you menu, but what do I do if someone's chosen a name which I shouldn't really be putting on here? We'll use their nickname. That's probably the best solution. what was I thinking? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So next stream Monday, Chance of Senna. It's a language-based puzzle game. I've been enjoying it quite a lot, although I have to admit, I don't think I'm very good at it. Then there will be a stream on Friday. That will probably be the rest of Chance of Senna. I get the feeling there's probably 2 streams worth of content left there. If I'm wrong, then it'll be another game, and I don't think I've got another game lined up yet. I've got a long list of good candidates of games to play, but I don't think I've decided on what would be after Chance of Senna yet, so I have to think on that. The stream after that will be next Saturday's stream, which will be more Frostpunk. Like I say, hopefully I will get some time to sit down and get some ideas about how to play this game better. Certainly, if I don't get a chance to look it up online, I may end up just doing what you would normally do, which is just try and figure it out for myself. Certainly, I think I researched technology in the wrong order. I probably should have gone for the improved hunting right at the start. Anyway, right, subscribers. I haven't updated my subscribers list in ages because I do kind of feel bad about removing people when they're no longer subscribers, but yeah, because it feels like I'm judging them for no longer subscribing, but anyway, I probably should update it, so there we go. That's currently my subscribers. Thank you very much, Skeleton. I appreciate it. Skeleton both bought a subscription and gifted one. What was I thinking? Raiding. Right. We are going to raid Tofu. Tofu Rabbit. She is a bunny rabbit VTuber. She generally does, well, she does quite a few games. Pokemon is one of her favourites. I know she's been doing Paper Mario recently. I don't know what she's doing right this moment, but I do know it's her birthday stream. She's doing a 12-hour birthday stream, and I think it would be nice if we raided her. Oh, this has all been updated. This interface. Oh, I see, she's got guests as well. Anyway, so we're going to raid Tofu. I'll tell you one problem with this new interface. Although it's made it very easy for me to see what's going on her stream, I can't actually see chat anymore. Yep. Right, so I'll set up the raid. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for joining me, everyone. So, good night, everybody.